Alright, hello everyone, it is Blender Helix Alpha, or Grey Walker, deciding on what you want to call me, or Helix, even. And we are here with, I think, part 5? Part 4? Part 5? Part 5, probably. Of our ship game. And I am very, very happy to say that I have come up with a system that works, and it's actually not so far off from the last tutorial. So, basically what we're doing is we're using, and you can do this yourself, or you can download the Blender file that I'm going to have for this tutorial version in the description. So if you don't want to do it yourself, you can download mine and cheat, or you can do it yourself and actually learn from it. No hard feelings there. But so basically, we slow parented our ship to this empty, and this empty is a static. With a sphere bound, and it has all of the movement parameters set up for smooth movement and all that kind of stuff. Same animations go for the ship and everything. As you can see here, let's go into textured mode. Why is my here? Let's add a point light just so everything's a little bit brighter, that you can see it. Let's make the distance up a little bit. Alright, so, and we're going to be setting up our camera this tutorial also, so that should be good. Let's press P, and as you can see, our ship rotates around our empty. Remember, our ship is not moving right now. I know that sounds silly right now, but our ship is not moving. Our empty is moving, and our ship is following it smoothly. So that's why it looks like that. We can back up and all the animations still play with the ship. Now I want to show you guys why we're using a static instead of a dynamic. Right? Usually you'd want to use a dynamic, but static is where we're going to go, and we're actually just going to fake gravity by always giving the empty a logic brick that tells it to go downwards. Which is important to have because you want gravity, because if we're going to have a jump, you're going to want that, and we might set that up this tutorial also. So where was I? Oh yeah, so let me change the empty to a dynamic so you can see what happens. And maybe all you Blender gurus out there might be able to actually help me on this. So it floats, and I mean, it just totally goes out of control. Like, all of the movements aren't very good. If I turn the bounds off, it's basically the same way. It's actually better without the bounds because I don't know why, but just the physics aren't working very well, and I'm totally satisfied with keeping it static. And basically what static means is it's totally still. It's totally still when you're not stimulating it. I know that sounds really strange, but it's totally still unless you tell it not to be still. And as you can see here, it's totally still, but we're using these keys to make it rotate and everything. And I think it looks really great. So let's move on to setting up our... let me put a little material on this floor just to make it look a little bit nicer. Let's set up our camera and maybe a ramp or something. I'm going to go into solid mode just so the game will run faster and everything. Maybe I won't do the solid mode. Anyway, texture mode, I guess, is what we're going to have to do. Let's change the color of our floor just so we can see it. That looks good. I'm going to take down this spotlight a bit because it is definitely very strong. Okay, so space, add camera. Make sure that your cursor is centered by Shift C, and let's do that again. Space, add camera, and let's drag this up here, drag this behind here, and let's split our area just so we can see what our camera looks like. Go to View, Cameras, Camera. And so now we can move it here with so we can see what it looks like in this. So let's just rotate it to be looking at the ship. And let's let's drag it up a little bit, and R X, and we're going to go into the camera editing tab and change the lens from 35. We're just gonna let's actually change it to 60. I think 60 is probably the best. And if we need to, we can just drag it downwards or upwards and then to the left. So if we hit P here, you can see that it looks at the ship, but it does not follow it yet. And there's multiple ways that we can do this. We can parent the ship to the empty, like slow parent the ship to the empty, or we can actually use the built-in logic function for the camera. I'm not really sure which one's going to look the best, so we're going to try all of those right now. So let's go into wireframe mode so we can see. Let's parent the camera to the empty, Control P. Let's go to our camera and go to this and click slow parent, and let's make it 10 for now. Let's hit P, see what happens. Oh wow, oh wow. That looks really, really, really good. That looks really, really, really good. Yeah, that looks really good. But we're also gonna try the other way. I hope my Camtasia recorder is picking up all this, because definitely looks really nice. Let's angle our camera how we would like it now. Okay. Let's hit P again. And as you can see, there's a little bit of animation glitch, but like I said, this actually turned out like 400 times better than I thought it would. When you stop, it resets the animation to the default position, which I think is totally fine, but you know, whatevs. We might be able to fix that with a logic brick at some point, but let's just go ahead and stress test the physics. What we want to do for gravity is let's go to our empty where all our physics are, add, and always. Make sure it's not keyboard. Always is for functions that are always doing something, obviously. And we're always going to want to go negatively on the z-axis because that's gravity, and this is going to affect all of the physics, and I hope this doesn't screw everything up. It might, but I kind of doubt it. So let's hit P. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, let's make bounds. I see the problem now. I see a problem, a big problem. So if we were to fake gravity, we would have to make it move downwards, and since static objects do not have collision, it's just going through things. So unless I can add separate collision, I don't see a way of using the static. Let's see what happens if we use dynamic. Yeah, it just goes out of control. Let's tweak a few settings and see if we can actually utilize the dynamic thing. And I know I keep going back and forth on what I'm saying, but I mean, this is game making. This is how it is. So let's go ahead and make that ramp just for testing purposes. Cube, size it up. Let's drag these vertices down. Drag those vertices that way. Alright. Okay, so let's make this 20. Yeah, and that won't go over that because of a very, very complicated reason. Oh, I see why it's not working. Well, guys, this is an interesting predicament. Let's extrude this. I'm just experimenting with stuff right now. Interesting. Okay, so it slides way too much. So, what we need to do is make the empty stop sliding. We're using dynamic now because there's no gravity otherwise, and we're going to have gravity for it to be a good game. So, we're going to need... Let's go ahead and add the always downwards. Let's just move forward to see what that looks like. So he does move downwards. Okay, let's take this off and see how it is there. So he floats for no apparent reason. This is an interesting predicament. I'm going to think about this, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, it's been a while since I resumed, but I've made some improvements, and yeah, this is basically what it looks like right now. The physics are the only problem right now, and the problems are random skidding, like, and the animations for some reason aren't as smooth as they were. But some problems that I'm getting are random physics sweeping, like trying to induce it right now, but at a really high speed. Here, I'll go from 40 to 80 to show you guys what I'm talking about. So like I'll go forward right now, and I'm stopping. Trying not to get out of the box. I guess it's not doing it right now, but it was definitely doing it before. I think it's whenever I'm in midair, like for instance when I first start, it kind of bugs up the physics, but it's not that big of a problem. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a small track just to conclude this tutorial. And let's see how a ramp reacts in the game right now. I don't think it's going to react very well at all, but we can always test it out. So let's go into our camera view and make sure this has static, bounds, convex hull, anisotropic friction. Wow, that actually works. I wonder if my empty is screwing up because of it though. Wow, that actually works a lot better than I thought it would work. Alright, so let's set up a really small level. And the way I want to do this is, let's actually keep that cube just for now. Actually, no, I'm going to delete it. Let's make a curve, Bezier curve. Let's size it up. Let's rotate it this way, and rotate it this way. Actually, let's rotate it the other way. So that would be RY 180, right? And then RY minus 90. Okay, let's size it up even more. Let's go on its editing tab and go to width, actually, not width, extrude. And this is a really great way to make a track. Let's give it a material. Make it reflective with some hard specularity. I'm going to get rid of these lights. I'm going to have to redo the lighting because we are now in level design mode. So I'm going to... Is that all the lights? Is there another one? Here's a light. Let's go ahead and make a sun. think there we go. Let's make a sun, sky atmosphere. Is this, I wonder if this is only for ray shadow. I wonder if this is only for the rendering engine. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, let's turn that off then. And make it a little bit brighter. Let's go to the editing tab. Wait, can you not make suns brighter? Yeah, here we go. Wrong tab. Let's make the energy up a little bit. Distance up as much as possible. Turn the energy down. And then let's add, and this curve isn't being, I wonder why it isn't being responsive to the sun. Anyway, I wonder if we do that, it might look better. Ah, Blender is screwing up. I'm gonna save my project just in case something happens. Here we go. There we go. Textured mode. Oh, I see what was happening. Excuse me, my middle mouse wheel was screwing up. Okay, Alt-C, keep original. Let's make sure our material is working. Let's delete this ramp because it's in my way. Let's delete this, and let's make a new one. Actually, let's just go back until it's a curve. And it's back to a curve, so that's good. Let's delete our ramp, and let's make a small track, and watch the physics go totally haywire when I do this, but that's just how it's got to be right now, because we're working on it. So let's convert this track to, actually this track is way too steep, so let's make it like that. Let's convert this track to a mesh, so Alt-C, convert to mesh. Let's go into camera mode and see how this looks. You can't even see it. Oh, I know why you can't see it. Okay, let's extrude this. I think it's because of the normals. Yeah, it is. So here's the track. And it looks like it's actually reacting pretty well. The normals are messed up because I extruded it, but I can fix that using this. Just flip the normals back, and let's add another ramp because I keep deleting my ramps for some reason. And the reason I keep making ramps is because I need to test the physics, because if the physics aren't good, then a racing game is not going to be good. So let's press P, let's drive on this track, let's go up this ramp. Oh, I didn't put the physics on the ramp. Crap. Okay, let's go into logic. Let's change it to a static actor bounce convex hull, anisotropic. Let's try it now. Come on. Let's see if this works. Alright, so it did work. So yeah, guys, this is a really good start for a game. We have our player controls almost totally polished. The animations are skippy, but we'll find a way to fix those. So if I quickly transition between D and A, it kind of skips, like you can see here. That's because it needs time to flip back. I actually wonder, I'm curious to see if there's a flip speed. Apply IPO as a global or local force depending on the local option. No, 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 no. Do not want that. IPO is added to the current lock rot scale and the global rotation coordinate according to the local flag. I don't think I want that either. So I'm not seeing a flip. What if we change these to play? I'm curious to see. I see. It would just keep going like that. Okay. Flip. Alright, so we're going to have to do that later on to find a better way to smooth those animations out. Because if I move forward and click A and D, it kind of resets the move forward animation. So what I think I'm going to do with that is change the move forward animation to a play, so it just plays the move forward. And looks like that fixed it. However, now we're presented with a problem. If you press W and then turn, it flips back to that, which is, you know, less than ideal, but it's actually better looking. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change that back to flipper. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna end this tutorial, and I think we're gonna start getting into more aesthetic things, and yeah, so that's where the fun comes in, because aesthetics, meaning like, you know, flames, textures, stuff like that, we're definitely not done programming. We still have a lot more to do in the logic area, and every single video we're going to be trying to do our best at improving the physics. I'm going to be having this Blender file, of course, on the description, so check that out. I hope it helps you guys out a lot, and please comment and tell me if you're liking this this tutorial series, because I'm really working hard on it, and yeah guys, thanks a lot. I shall see you later.